best part of it is seeing other families like you guys and meeting, at the laundromat. It's just like they're in a van, they have a kid, it's
we should be friends.
We should be friends, and look at where we are now.
Hey guys, Mike Sue's here. We just wanted to share with you quickly our friends' amazing Airstream. We met them in the laundromat today. What's your guys' last name? We don't even know.
The Herlockers.
The Herlockers.
The Herlockers.
The Herlockers. They have an amazing Airstream. We're about to give you a little tour and we're super excited to show you the inside.
Hey, I'm Alex.
Hi, I'm Mary.
Hi, I'm Georgie.
Me llamo Chalupa.
And we are the Wee Little Nomads. And this is our home, so come and take a look inside.
Does it have a name?
No, I wish. We've been trying to name it for a really long time, but haven't found something fitting yet.
That really stuck.
Yeah. So what you are looking at right now is our kitchen. We've got a big sink that doubles as the kid bathtub. The cabinetry is down here with our refrigerator and our pantry storage. We had to put socks over our mason jars so they wouldn't break when we moved.
I love that.
And then
Super smart. Just innovate and create.
exactly whatever we can do to make it work. Yeah.
This is your bathroom, right?
This is our bathroom, right. So we've got a shower in here. We also use it for some storage. So we've got our broom and stuff. All of our shower gear.
There you go.
We've got a crying child coming in.
Baby!
Okay. Yeah, and then we have our compost toilet. It works pretty well.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is
What did you make
actually reclaimed bowling alley floor.
No way.
Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite parts of this kitchen because it's so unique and it has a story.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Where'd the rest of your wood come from? It's like
We tried to reclaim as much as possible, but like this is our table is reclaimed sapele. That's spent a lot of time around this kitchen table. It lowers down and forms a bed. So there's lots of storage under our dinette, and it can also be a bed. So it's pretty
awesome.
neat. We keep all of our documents and homeschooling stuff up in that cabinet. It's 1967, so it's 50 years old. When we got it, it was mostly all original, so it was well loved.
Well loved.
Yeah, and our curtains, just take the leather strap down, they unroll.
Help!
Help!
And then they roll up pretty easily.
Got a little rock garden in here,
Right. We have all of our little treasures in the windowsill, so.
Everything's just so well designed and just pretty.
Thank you.
That's what I have a problem with, is like making everything look cute. It just,
Yeah, it was a lot of time on the internet, like Pinterest and Amazon, and just trying to find stuff that fit the space. We wanted a minimal look, but we also wanted it to feel like a home, so not bare bones, but we definitely think it's cozy and
super cozy.
we feel like it's home.
Hey, there's my little man.
So this is kind of our fun board area. We've got a magnet board, and then we just got back from Baja, so we actually need to change this letterboard. Now it's still on Baja. And then back here is the bedroom. So You wanna go, Nana? When we were renovating, we really wanted to have like separated rooms to make it feel a little bit more like for the kids, like they had their own bedroom space. Their cabinetry holds all their little treasures that they can fit.
That's awesome. So this is your bunk. Ooh, a little spyglass.
Oh, and Margo wants to show you her bed.
Very cool, Margo. Ooh, look. Look at all those neat little things.
Yeah.
This is awesome. And you guys all sleep in here very
Right.
comfortably. Let's see, where does Jasper go? Does he go with you?
He's still with us. We're going to build a loft over this bed and move Georgie up since she's
Getting
growing.
long, huh?
She's growing really fast, so she deserves her own bigger bed, and that will go over our bed. We might drop this down a little bit, and then he'll take her bed.
Okay.
Yeah, so this side is all of the kids' storage. They each get their own little container for their clothes, which works really well. That's as much clothes as they need. And then this side is our parent side. Me and Alex each get 2 drawers. Back there we keep all of our books, like our kids' books that we read for story time.
Storage back there.
And then we have a ton of storage under the bed.
Oh, okay. And how do you usually access that?
So we access it just lifts up here on these planks. We actually we didn't think about laundry, like a laundry system.
We
so,
didn't either.
I know.
Interesting.
I think
like the
laundry's
last
the
thing.
one thing that people are like, where are we going to put a whole laundry basket? And it builds up really fast. So
Yeah.
we actually have this secret little hole right here that was actually an accident. So we keep a laundry basket under there, and then we just stuff our
Shove
dirty
it.
clothes in there. And then when it gets full, we lift up this bed part and then get our laundry basket and go to the laundromat. So
That's awesome.
that's
Which
our
is where
solution.
we met.
Exactly, we met at a laundromat, so how
Magic
perfect.
happens at the laundry.
Yeah, that's your flashlight. You want to turn it on?
Cool.
So this is our home. We've got 2 fantastic fans. We actually have Alex added this. This is our when we wanna party, we turn on our
Oh my gosh,
disco
that's
light.
amazing.
We have microphones.
That's what we tried to do the other night with these just like little lights that they change color, but you have to like change them manually.
Oh,
So we were
yeah.
just like pushing the button.
Like a disco, yeah. We got these, and when it's
That's
dark
fantastic.
and with the round curved walls.
You could watch a movie up there, couldn't you?
We've thought about having a projector. Yeah, we've thought about that. So maybe like a battery operated one.
Yeah,
Mama.
that would be awesome.
So, as of today, we're day 1 back in America. We spent the last month in Baja, Mexico. I do travel nursing contracts, so I just finished up one. It was about 4 months. It was in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. So I was working at an intensive care unit there, loved it. Went on this vacation. I'm actually going back because there's a great team there. So you can be kind of flexible. I think that with the contract availabilities in California, it made a lot more sense for us to go to like Lake Havasu. Great boondocking. We stayed for free for basically 4 months of work, and I do get a housing stipend. So that's really how we're able to maximize traveling, living in a camper, and being small. But then also my job. So if you can look into different types of contract work, if you don't have a nursing specific degree, I'm sure there's jobs out there that you do move to. And if you can provide your own housing, be it a van or an Airstream, if you're lucky, that definitely is a possibility. And it takes a long time. This was a 2.5-year process of having this trailer. Before that, I had looked for one, but I was only really able to afford and find a teardrop that worked for us. So I took my first travel contract out in Washington State and lived. Georgie, our oldest, was 5, and Margot, our second daughter, was 8 months. And had a blast. Really fell in love with the job quality of going to the places that are more conducive to our degrees. I love my home hospital. Actually, I'm wearing my shirt today. Amazing care, but just state to state, the job just differs. And with travel contract and having a house on wheels, we're kind of able to make it work for us, and really take that time off to be together. So a lot of overtime, is kind of how we're at this point, but it's always worth it when we can spend that time together and kind of do what we love. It's always harder with a family to take that first step and get the setup ready and still be able to save and do the things that you need to do. It's definitely not easy. It's figuring out what works best for your family. So there's lots of people who can do without this much space, and I think for my sanity and probably Mary's, right now this is a perfect amount of space for us. There's obviously trade-offs, living this lifestyle, and one of the biggest for me is how hard it was to leave family back home, and that is a daily thought that I have. But the experiences that we do have out here and how connected my immediate family has become because of all this is a huge justification for doing this. And it is a home. Stuff breaks. I blew a tire last night. It took out my trailer brakes completely. So after our video together, I'm gonna go probably do that. There's always uncertainties. Our hot water heater exploded. I replaced it with a nicer, newer one. If I had advice, it's been the best part of it is seeing other families like you guys and meeting, at the laundromat. It's just like they're in a van, they have a kid, it's
We should be friends.
we should be friends, and look at where we are now. I think Mary mentioned it's a 1967 Airstream Overlander. Comes in on the title, says 26 feet. It's 28 feet with the tongue. I originally started off buying it in Utah. They were asking about $14,000 for a completely original Airstream. The fan and the AC worked, but it was a complete mess. I had to pull out everything, and glad we did. We found dead animals inside the walls. Underneath the subfloor there was rat's nests. So I think if you're going to do an Airstream renovation, you need to know that you should pull off the walls. You should look at all the subfloor for water damage. It's likely that there's stuff hiding in there. Some of the insulation was asbestos, so best to just start clean. Take it all the way down to the frame and replace what you have to. So this one needed a brand new belly pan. That's where I started, along with the subfloor and the kind of minor framework that it needed. But definitely go ahead and do an anti-rust paint over the entire frame, because that you would like to not have to do that later on. After the belly pan, subfloor and insulation underneath the floors. At this point I had no walls. It was a lot of cleaning, trying to get out mold, everything else that was in here. I think at that point I did the wiring, along with Reflectix, insulation, then the fabricated new walls. So these are all new interior walls.
What's your favorite part of the Airstream?
Favorite part?
Yeah.
The outside.
The outside.
Yeah, shiny.
Just how iconic it looks.
Yeah, just the classic style. I was really drawn to Airstreams in general, but anything prior to the 70s I was definitely looking for. So, I know that those can be hard to find, but for the right one, maybe you can find one that was more reasonably priced. I know everybody asks how much I got this for. we had a teardrop that I traded with some money. So originally it was about $8,500, and then over the course of 2.5 years, new axles, new electric, new subfloor, new belly pan, all new interior aluminum walls, a 3-way fridge, everything that goes along into it. You're looking to be 15 to 30 depending on how savvy you are with repurposing materials. I do have a countertop that was old bowling alley that I basically got for free, cut to size for the gas cooktop and our sink, and really kind of is the center, at least my favorite part, on the inside of the trailer. So I feel like it's kind of the focal point, lots of space, and then a big sink for giving the kids baths and whatnot. So I feel like if there's an outside, I love the classic look. Inside, definitely the countertop.
So how many days can you guys be totally off-grid boondocking?
So we have a 200-watt solar panel. It's a Renogy panel, collapsible, super easy to use. You just gator clamp it onto your setup of batteries. So with that, also with a 225 amp hour 6-volt system, as long as we have sun, I can charge up and not have any issues. I run my fridge off of propane only. It is a 3-way, however, I found it to be the most consistent temperatures in there, not freezing anything in the refrigerator department and not thawing out in the freezer. Just go propane. Pretty cheap to use. Overall, we were in Baja for over a month. Between our gas cooktop and the refrigerator, I literally just turned it over to the other tank. So I've got about another month left, and that's pretty consistent use with the cooktop, coffee, breakfast, lunch, dinner every day. Then the fridge is always running. So I'm happy with how efficient that is. It's easy to refill. I know that 12 volt is another way to go for fridge, but you're gonna have to have the solar and the battery bank to keep up with that constant drain. Really our biggest draw, which we use basically every night, is the Fantastic fans, or the 12 volt fans. Really helps if we turn one on, but sometimes if it's hot too. Don't really run our AC much, haven't found a need yet, but I'm sure at some point I'll have to look into a generator for that. We've got a 30-gallon water tank. I have 6 gallon jugs. I have 4 of those, so another 24 gallons that I have in the van. So between our inboard tank and then what we carry, that normally lasts, if we're just cleaning dishes and maybe 1 or 2 showers, probably 5 days we can go. And then we have our separate drinking water. We use a Berkey filter, and then when we're doing like daily travel, having to be on the road a lot, that does get hard. Having to keep that kind of moving parts intact, so we store that away. So we'll get like another separate gallon jug that we can fill at fill stations. So we've gotten questions about the tow vehicle a lot. We tow with a 2014 Ford E350, the 15-passenger XLT Super Duty. No complaints at this point. It's a 2-wheel drive. At some point, maybe I'll be brave enough to do the 4x4 conversion. Definitely part of the long-term plans, but with the warranty and the 2-wheel drive never really getting us into too much trouble, I think we're very happy with it. Slower up the mountains. This is a 5.4 V8 engine. Hasn't really had an issue with the weight of the trailer. We've gotten a lot of hate on the carpentry inside and the tile bathroom, and yeah, it's heavy. But if your tow rig is ready to do that, and the frame is suited to carry the weight, you shouldn't have any issues. Obviously the lighter the better on gas, but that will save those improvements for the next trailer. So the 15-passenger, I took out the back 2 rows. Right now you'll have to pardon my mess of work equipment. I replaced a blown tire on the side of the highway at 7:30 last night, so this is all of that back. But lots of space. We got our Mexico surfboard. We actually have this as a bed platform that I built, so we have an extra mattress over there that we can lay down, clear this out, and put it underneath, and get more organized down there. So lots of space. That's one of my favorite parts of having a van versus a truck. The speed and the stronger engines on trucks are amazing, but they're more expensive, and this was kind of what could get us there. So right behind me you can see this is the ARP awning. We do have the tent for it. But with the Airstream now and the kind of time it takes to put the tent up, we are using it less and less. So if I did it over again, I might just get the awning. But when we do have the van only and leave the Airstream to go to like a smaller campsite, something we don't really want to take our old trailer down, we can use this. It has an extra room, and then we have the bed set up. Eventually, I would love to do a pop-up top on top in addition to this, because with 5 people and 2 dogs and 1 van, space is good. So I think eventually, we'll look into that. But for right now, the Airstream and the bed setup in the back of here definitely works.
We met some awesome new friends at the laundromat. Amazing things happen at the laundromat in Joshua Tree, I guess. So you'll have to make sure to check them out on Instagram. Their handle is We Little Nomads. Definitely check